have my cup of Cafe Bustelo coffee with me in studio at my desk in office. And invariably, I probably shouldn't proclaim it. I hope I don't hit it invariably and, knock it on the table or something, knock it on my lap, a hot cup of coffee. But guess what? It's a new day. Welcome to the brand new show, The Rundown with Ramon. We have an exciting episode for you today. Are you looking at the future or are you looking at the past? Which category do you fall in? We got that and more on this episode, which you're going to enjoy. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, I encourage you to go to zoneofgenius.com, zoneofgenius.com, and make sure you sign up for our email newsletter, zoneofgenius.com/subscribe if you don't see it, or scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can sign up if you're on mobile, especially zoneofgenius.com. We have an exciting episode for you today. Are you looking at the future or looking at the past? Next up, we're also going to talk about Alphabet hits revenue high, eyes heavy AI spend. We're going to touch on that and what it means for your business, as always. Uber names a new CFO as quarterly profit falls. We're going to touch on that and more. Washington Post slashes staff in strategic reset. We're going to touch on winter doldrums hit mortgage activity, what that may mean for you and me. Walmart's new boss, I like this. He wants to hear staff complaints. Every boss should want to hear that. And Anthropic's first Super Bowl ad takes a dig at OpenAI. That's going to be fun. And OpenClaw Assistant gains popularity, raises security worries, justifiably so. Welcome to a brand new day. This is the all-new Rundown with Ramon show with your host, Ramon Ray. And again, main thing you want to do, go to zoneofgenius.com. Make sure you sign up to our email list and more as we continue on with our show today. All right, before we get to our flagship topic, let's talk about some of the headlines of the day today and what it could mean for you. Iana of the Musical Web, thanks for being here. Thanks for voting for Ramon and saying, yep, Ramon, I'm here because you have something valuable to share with me. So Iana, thanks for being here. Iana of the Musical Web, appreciate you so much showing up and being here, part of the Rundown with Ramon show. And by the way, if you want to learn piano, check out Iana at themusicalweb.com, themusicalweb.com. First headline of the day, ding, 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 ding. Alphabet hits revenue high, eyes heavy, AI spend. Google parent Alphabet posted higher metrics across the board for its fourth quarter earnings, but anticipates nearly doubling its artificial intelligence spending this year, which is great. Listen, Google, you're not going to beat it in the long term. I think Google's a company that's built to last, that's going to be here for the foreseeable future. The tech giant's quarterly revenue exceeded Wall Street's expectations at nearly $114 billion, a roughly 18% jump. Now, this is not a financial show, but I do think success leaves clues, and Google is a tool that millions and millions, arguably half or more professionals and consumers use on a regular basis, if not several times a week. So what does this mean? Google's in the market to win. If you're using Google tools, great. And AI is hot. They're investing more and more in it, and they're innovating. So, hey, you small business owner, you business coach, expert, speaker, author, what are you doing to innovate? And more importantly, what are you doing to use the tools available to you to make your business better? Welcome to a brand new edition of today's Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Uber names a new CFO as quarterly profit falls. Uber on Wednesday issued a soft forecast for the first quarter of 2026 and named a new finance chief after the rideshare giant saw profit fall in the 3 months prior. Now, I don't know why Uber's profit is falling. I don't know. His promotion comes as the company prepares to expand its robo-taxi service into several new markets. I'm excited for robo-taxis. I think they're here. They're here to stay. I've been in Waymo cars several times, and I love them, and they work well. So Uber's profit falling, I don't think it's a big deal. The market shifts all the time. Uber's a public company. Uber is into the lexicon of what we do. I don't think Uber's going to go anywhere. We rely on it too much, but profitability may fall due to a variety of reasons. Remember, it's not revenue per se. Profitability could fall because they're investing in other areas, because they're paying more to drivers rather. Who knows? But listen, sometimes when you do something and you have it there for so long, you got to keep your eye on the ball. This happens to us, right? I have my Rundown with Ramon show. It's growing, but every day's not a hit. Some days are down, some days are up. And I think as long as the overall trend is going up, we will do just fine. Again, glad you're here today. We'll get to our flagship topic of the day in a minute. Are you looking at the future or just looking at the past? Ding, 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 ding. Washington Post slashes staff in strategic reset. Listen, I saw somebody on X saying, hey, I was just laid off from Washington Post, and she's remote. She's overseas. She's out of the country. She said, that sucks. The Washington Post announced Wednesday layoffs affecting 1/3 of the news organization staff across all departments. On a Zoom call with staff, executive editor Matt Murray called the move a strategic reset and said the Post, owned by billionaire Jeff Bezos, will shutter its sports desk, per NPR. While cuts have been anticipated for weeks, their scale was unknown until Wednesday. Amidst a rapid shifting landscape, media companies have in recent years attempted to realign their business. The content game is changing. The content game has changed. AI is a big part of that. No longer do you need 100, 1,000, 10,000 journalists to produce content. New York Times is shifting. Now, New York Times and Wall Street Journal are doing it well. Why? Because I think there's still newspapers of records, media companies of record producing content you just can't get anywhere else. When you want to know how Maduro was captured or what happened there, you read in the New York Times or Wall Street Journal. You want to know about Kraft cheese competing against, Walmart cheese, you read a long-form article in the Wall Street Journal. That's the place of record that's still doing well. But most media companies, it's a consolidation, it's a shrinking. And I think it's split up with people like Ramon, an opportunity for me. Who would have thought? Am I competing directly with the New York Times? Of course not. But the point I'm making is that, is that I do see that, meaning it's the creator economy is the point. It's the creator economy. And as the creator economy has risen, where we're all publishers, this means the main tier, top tier old media companies are on the retreat. So I'm sorry for the employees and others who are part of those organizations that are not doing so well, but this is the nature of the beast. Economies go, economies come, and we'll see where it takes us in the coming years and coming months. My name is Ramon Ray, everybody. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Come here every morning, 7 a.m. live, Monday through Friday. Or if you're watching it on demand, amazing on YouTube, on Spotify, on iTunes, on Reels, short form videos. Glad you're here today on a brand new show. We got more people in the house. Denny Rust is here. Denny, what's up, man? What are you grateful for today, Denny? Glad you're here today. Thanks for voting and saying yes and listening to the Rundown with Ramon show. Doris, thank you so much for being here. Love how you shine and show up, Doris. What are you grateful for? What are you happy for, Doris? Why are you here today? Grateful you're here today. And one of my favorite humans in the world is Alexandria. Nicole, Alexandria, thanks for being here, part of the EYG events community. You definitely want to check that out, EYGevents.com. Check out what Alexandria is building across the platforms at EYG Events. Alexandria, glad you're here. Thanks for being here in the new time shift, 7 a.m. This morning, as I shared with some of you, and I'll share it again. Volunteering to teach at a school, and so changed my live time. But again, thousands of you watch this on demand, and if you're listening to this in replay, do me a favor, put replay in the chat. Would love to know who's listening to it in replay. Welcome to a brand new day. We'll get to our flagship topic soon, talking about, are you looking at the future or looking only at the past? Ding, 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 ding. Winter doldrums hit the mortgage activity market. Mortgage demand cooled off last week as much of the U.S. dealt with bitterly cool conditions. I'm not going to dive into this too much, but here's what this means. Weather can affect your business. Things out of your control can affect your business. What will you do about it? Scott Simons talked about this in this segment on Breakfast with Champions on Clubhouse. He talked about, snowstorm came in Whitesville, South Carolina, North Carolina. I always get those two confused. And he told his team, it's happened. We're going to have a day or two of slow sales or more, but we still have to get at it. We still have to come in. We still have to serve customers. Maybe there's phone calls we can make. We just can't hang up and wait for the storm to pass and us not do anything. Ding, 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 ding. Walmart's new boss wants to hear staff complaints. New Walmart CEO John Furner took to the reins of the retail giant this week, and as one of the first orders of business, he's asking employees to air their grievances. I love this. He's saying, what's the problem? What don't you like? This is important. Air your grievances. What's not going well with Walmart? The best thing to do, yes, ask your customers, but your employees are a key part of this as well. And having the boldness to say, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what the problems are. Let me know. Kudos to him for doing this, and a lesson learned. We all should be doing this. Denny should have the boldness to ask. Alexandria should have the boldness to ask. Doris and Ayanna, all of us should have the boldness to ask ourselves, ask our team. Even me as a father, I'd ask my kids, how can I do better? I asked my wife, how can I do better? And they let me know. So if Walmart CEO can do it, how much more can we all do better to ask ourselves, ask our teams, ask our families, what can I do better? Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Want to make sure you know about a few things going on. This episode, by the way, brought to you by our friends at Bitdefender. Do me a favor. Can you take a screenshot of this? Post it on Instagram, post it somewhere where you can tag Bitdefender and let Bitdefender know you're listening to the Rundown with Ramon and Ramon's talking about them. Can you do me that favor? Normally I say do it for yourself. But if you don't mind, take a screenshot if you can, if you're watching this, tag them on Instagram, tag them on X, because it's easy to tag on those platforms, tag them on LinkedIn or any platform you can tag Bitdefender and let them know Ramon's talking about them. They would appreciate that. I would appreciate it. And yeah, and hey, you'll be doing something good for the community. But I encourage you, you go home at night, you lock the doors of your house. You leave your car, you lock your car, boop, boop. I'm encouraging you. All this AI and video and reels and content and all these things are important. But if your business is not secure, it's all for nothing. So I encourage you today, make sure your business is as secure as can be. And you can get that security with Bitdefender. Bitdefender.com/Ramon. Bitdefender.com/Ramon. Welcome to a brand new day. My name is Ramon Ray. And reminding y'all, if you want to check me out at some events I'm doing, creativecon.com in Chicago's coming up. I'll be there with James Orsini, former president of VaynerX, and John Maxwell and some others. Scale with Stability Summit. Sorry, John Maxwell I'll be with at the Scale with Stability. Check that out. Amazing event in Arkansas coming up in April. Scale with Stability, that you can grow your business and still be sane. Again, I'm mentioning again CreativeCon, creativecon.com with an 8, CreativeCon. And also I want to mention to you, hey, if you're like, Ramon, I'd love you to coach me. I'd love for you to help me in my business. I'd love for you to mentor me. I encourage you to do this here at RamonOfficeHours.com. Go to RamonOfficeHours.com. Check us out there. And one more opportunity I'll share before we go on with today's show. The Zone of Genius Awards is coming up soon. Genius Awards and Conference. You want to check that out. ZoneOfGeniusAwards.com. ZoneOfGeniusAwards.com. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Getting ready for a brand new day. Tony is with us today. Tony, you made me smile. Love the fact that you're here today. Tony, welcome to a brand new edition to the Rundown with Ramon. Doris says she's grateful for what? Doris is grateful for a great family, healthy, and being a business owner. I love this, Doris. And remind Doris to people what you do. Denny, I'm grateful for people like you that help us become the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. Thank you, Denny. I'll take that every day and twice on Sunday. Alexandria chiming in here. Love it. Love your questions, Alexandria. What's one thing people misunderstand about personal branding? Woo, Alexandria. We need to have a database of Alexandria's great questions. Here's the one thing people understand about personal branding. They think personal branding is an ego trip. They think personal branding is something they shouldn't do. They think personal branding is a lack of humility. Maybe all those things are true. But here's the thing you're also missing out. If you're not championing yourself, there's very few other people who are going to champion you. You are the best person to champion your success. And self-promotion lets the market know, your friends know, your customers know, your future customers know, your vendors know, your team know, your employees know, your family, your mama, your daddy. Let them know what you're doing because people want to work with winners. And that's the power of personal branding. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Let's keep going on to today's Rundown with Ramon show. Anthropic is having its first Super Bowl ad and takes a dig at OpenAI, its arch rival. Is that cool to do? Not cool to do? I think it's okay to do. I think it's good. Now, I would never take a dig personally at Alexandria. She's my friend. I'd never take a dig personally at Ayanna. She's my friend. Know what I mean? So I wouldn't do that at a personal level. But company to company, I'm building Zone of Genius, and you want to take a dig at an arch rival, another competitor, in a fun way, or even not. Like McDonald's and Burger King, they go to war brand to brand. It's not personal, but that's how they compete. So I think it's cool. I think it's cute. Yeah, I think brands can take a dig at each other and compete. I'm sure Michael Jordan and whoever he played with, the guy on the Celtics, whatever it was, Larry Bird, dug at each other a bit in fun. So I think it's good. But what do you think? Is that okay to make fun of your competitor? Is that okay to poke the bear a little bit? I think it's okay. Side note, by the way, I'll be in India coming up in the third week of September. If you have contacts in India and Hyderabad and Mumbai, other places, let me know. I'd really appreciate knowing. Email me, DM me. I'd love to connect with them. I'm building some things there. I'll be in Bucharest, Romania also coming up at the end of this month. Got contacts there, let me know. And other places Ramon Ray will be going. I wonder if EYG has contacts in India or in Bucharest. We'll see how extensive Alexandria's network is. Last point before we get to our flagship topic of the day. Open Claw Assistant is gaining popularity, but this is raising security worries. Listen, you need to be safe. You need to be secure. And if you're using a tool like OpenClaw, I'm not sure if OpenClaw is from Anthropic or not, or from OpenAI, not sure, but OpenClaw is a viral sensation in tech circles, allowing users to manage tasks like sending emails and trading stocks through messaging apps. While it has gained traction with hundreds of thousands of downloads, experts have cautioned about security risk in granting the tool access to your apps. So be careful. We're all getting to AI, getting to the AI bots, getting to the agentic AI. All that's good, but you be careful, because a hacker gets into one of these bots, or a hacker's bot gets into a bot, you now have a big mess. Bots fighting with bots on security issues or anything else like that, that sounds like cray-cray danger to me. So be careful. Be careful. I love it. I'm glad we're using the automation, but be careful. No, you didn't. Alexandra? No, you didn't, Alexandra. She's like, EYG got people in Hyderabad, Mumbai, and maybe Bucharest. Alexandria said it, people, I'm going to call her out. Let's see how extensive her network is. And if I'm going to do an EYG meetup in India or Romania, let's see, Alexandria. Let's see. Bring it, queen. Let's see. Doris, love it. I design party crafts and gift experiences for companies looking to celebrate employees. Love it. Y'all see Doris J on LinkedIn. Doris J on LinkedIn if you're looking for party crafts for your business. Let's dive into today. Ding, 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 ding. The flagship topic of the day today. Are you looking at your past, always looking at the past and scared of the past? Or are you also focused on the future? Yes, it's okay to look at your past as a lens to the future. My boy, G.A. Pimpleton, look him up, a financial expert. He was talking about how Home Depot was birthed when people were having financial issues and they wanted to do things themselves in their home. And then that birthed Pinterest because people wanted to see photos of what other people were doing. Talk about how JetBlue, I believe it was, grew out of an economic crisis because people wanted to fly cheaper. So looking at the past is a clue to the future. Yes, success leaves clues. But the question of the day is, don't let your past mistakes as well keep you gun shy. You hear that bang, that shot, and you're afraid of pulling the trigger. Don't let it keep you gun shy from getting back up and moving forward. I started smarthustle.com and sold it for several $100,000. That was a success. I started smallbiztechnology.com and sold it for a lot less. I didn't let the first, you could say it is defeat, but I sold something, so it's a positivity thing, I guess. But the first little bit of money take away from the second bit of money. And I'm not going to let those two things stop me from growing zone of genius. So don't let your past be a crutch to keep you down. Also, as you think of your past and your future, remember that other people's past is not your past. The journey that Greg is on is not the same journey that I'm on. The journey that Alexandria is on is not the same journey that I'm on. The past things that Doris has been through doesn't mean that has to be the past that I have to go through. And in the same way, the future of Ayanna is not going to be my same future because she's a different human, a different person, different experiences. How she shows up is a different ball of wax. So I want you to understand, I don't want you just to be focused on the past. My mama said this, my daddy said this, my uncle did this, my grandpapa did this, my grandmama did this, Pookie and them did this. This happened to me yesterday. This happened to me the day before. Yes, let it be a clue for lessons learned in the future. Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. But I don't want you to stay in that past and be stuck in the past and not let it propel you to future success. This is what I don't. And as Greg says, yes, look up Greg on YouTube, Greg Becker Coach. Look him up, everybody, Greg Becker Coach. The past is the learning ground. So when I think about the things I've done, my first company, Family Computer Consulting Services, small one-person computer consulting company, which I dissolved. But I cut my teeth into fixing computers and installing computers and just getting money, learning how to send an invoice and print an invoice on a dot matrix printer and give an invoice to my customers and getting checks and learning to open my first bank account years ago. Dissolved that business and then started smallbiztechnology.com, a small blog that I started, which grew into an event business and more, and I sold that. And then birthed that into the Small Business Summit, an event business, and sold that with my partner, Marion Banker. Appreciate her so much. She's in a different season now. And then started smarthustle.com and sold that to Zen Business. And then now I'm doing a zoneofgenius.com. And when I think of the tentacles of Zone of Genius, the flywheel of Zone of Genius, who knew that I would be launching Genius Talks this year? Inspiration just came to me, Genius Talks. People are buying tickets. We're almost sold out of our first New York City event on March 3rd. Who knew? Who knew I'd have Genius Talks Hyderabad, Genius Talks Mumbai, Genius Talks Bucharest, all being developed. Genius Talks San Francisco, Talks San Francisco coming up in April. Who knew? Who knew I'd be planning the Zone of Genius Conference and Awards? Now it's 15th, 16th year. I've been doing this for several years. Who knew? Who knew? So the past leaves clues for the future. Success leaves clues. Don't let it, though, pull you back. Do not let it keep you back. Because if you let it keep you back, it'll miss opportunities. Grateful for the partners I get to work with, people like Bitdefender, the most best amazing security company in the world, bitdefender.com. You want to look at their products and services and make sure you install their products and services on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer. Bitdefender.com. Grateful for companies like VeriSign who believe in me and say, Ramon, we want to invest in you to help amplify the power of domains for small businesses and entrepreneurs. Who would have known? Getting fired from the United Nations, having a child when I was but a child. Who knew where I'd be today? The blessings that would be in store for me. Who knew? So don't just be people that look at your past as a drag. Don't be people who look at your past as a weight. Don't be people who look at your past as a noose. Look at your past, if anything, as a catalyst to go forward. Look at the past things you've done as a catalyst to take you forward to the future, to the next version of you. As Glenn Lundy says, not a different version of you, but the next better version of you. This is what it's about. If you're hearing the sound of my voice today and it's resonating with you, thank you for the engagement. But also forward this, spread this word, take screenshots, share other people, let people know. And I'll do the same for you. I'll reshare what you do and we'll all rise together. But I'm on a season of change. I'm on a season of growth. And 2026 will be, you watch for it, will be my best year ever. Will be. Not even a question. Will be my best year ever. It's already starting to be that way. And yes, Alexandra, I am going for the gold. I am in a sprint. I'm cognizant it's February already. 11 more months. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And I'm running. Greg, love it. If we stay in the past, our future will not be any different. Absolutely. Amen to that, Greg. Everybody, it's been great to be here with you all. This is The Rundown with Ramon. I love being here and sharing what I can on The Rundown with Ramon show. As we publish that on zoneofgenius.com, we have our social. I'm working on my next book, my 6th book. Figuring out what that topic will be, already working on that. Appreciate people like Doris who encourages me and who builds her business as well. It's an honor to be able to know that I can wake up in the morning and produce this show. And those who listen to it, whether at midnight, 11 p.m., 3 o'clock in the afternoon, listen to it years later, who knows? But thank you for being part of the Rundown with Ramon world. Thank you for believing in me and knowing that, hey, and not thank you, not thank you like you're doing charity for me, but that I have to wake up every day and add value. I have to earn the right to have Ayanna listen to me. I have to earn the right to have Alexandra listen to me. The moment I'm not adding value, boom, y'all should turn away. So thank you. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Excited being here today. Wishing you all the best in your day. Go out and make a difference. Go out and make an impact. Go out and let somebody know that they matter. Be blessed. Have an amazing day today. And go make a difference in the world.